Hello, everybody. I would like to welcome you all to a short session on how to use Slack. For some of you, this is a review, and for some of you, this is new information. So I'm going to try to make it as relevant to you as I can. By the way, this is the fourth version of this quick start that I've made because guess what? Slack keeps changing.
Oh, what a surprise.
What a surprise. Slack changes where everything's located every few months. I have to constantly refresh and update this particular training session. So it's updated version 4 as of February 1st, 2023. So welcome to all of you joining me here. All right. So I'm going to talk about how you join the Accelerator's workspace, Slack's workspace. We'll get into what channels are, regardless of whether you just use it on your smartphone or your desktop or, one or the other. You still kind of need to know all this basic information about channels, how to control notifications. I think that's probably the single most important thing that you're going to learn tonight. Okay? How you make sure people see messages that you post. Okay? And then how you remember to take actions inside Slack, how you can set reminders for yourself to remember to do things, how you search, how you upload files. And then I'm going to point you to other learning resources, including videos that you can watch. So one thing that's happened since I did this training in the last time is Slack has started to publish online videos. Tutorial videos that I think are quite helpful to add to what you're going to learn here tonight. And finally, I'm going to make that recommendation that if you don't really want to use Slack on your desktop, you can use it on your smartphone. And that is, to me, the simplest of all. Just put the app on your smartphone and you get a little red bubble when there's a message that's important. You press it, look at the message, and close the app. Piece of cake. So those are the things we're going to talk about. So tonight I'm going to tell you how you do it, each of these, show you how you do it, and then ask you to actually do it on your own time when you're logged into Slack. How's that sound?
Great.
Sounds
Good.
Okay, good. So I think it's important to define what Slack is. It's an acronym, it has a long name. Okay. Stands for Searchable Log of All Communications and Knowledge. Wow, sounds kind of over the top, doesn't it? I think what it really means is searchable log of all knowledge inside our workspace. Everything that we've shared and the channels that we are communicating in can be searched to find information that we want. Okay, so that's the formal definition. Now, Padme, is that desktop computer booting up?
No, it's just not uploading. And it's so messy that I'm stunned because I've never had an installer just go so slow, and it's the battery's fine, it's plugged in. I don't know why it's taking forever.
Okay, so here's the question. Are you able to see anything of the PowerPoint that I'm showing you? No.
Yes, I have it on my phone in front.
Oh, okay.
No, I have you on my phone in front of me. That's why I can't download the app while you're talking.
Of course, right. But you don't need the Slack app. You just need to see my PowerPoint screens.
Well, I'm seeing it. It's
kind of
small. I'm seeing it. Yeah.
Is it so small that it's of no value, or can you at least?
No, it's okay. It's fine for now. It's fine for now, Al.
All right.
Yeah.
Then we will proceed. So, okay, to talk about what Slack is, if you think about it, it's like instant messaging. How many of you, and you can raise your hands, how many of you are using messaging on your smartphone, whether it's Apple or Android or whatever? Joyce?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, everybody uses messaging. Okay.
Is messaging the same as texting or not?
Yeah, a text messaging on, Apple Message, text message, it's the same thing. Yes.
Okay.
Where you're receiving and typing back responses to people's messages, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's really what Slack is. What's different is we can organize those messages into logical groups called channels. Okay? Messages, group of messages called channels. And Pachamama Alliance has some important channels that we will talk about a little bit as we move on through here. Now, if you're using the desktop version, and this is the desktop version of Slack right here, on the left-hand side is the list of channels that you belong to. Okay? The list of channels you belong to. For example, para resources or para team or para town square or whatever we call those channels. So that para resources is one of Pachamama Alliance's main channels. Does that make sense to you? You've heard that, para resources? Okay, because that is a main channel. So when you click on, if I click on para resources right now, what I'm doing is, notice up top, here's the channel, para resource. I'm in the message center for this channel. The white space is where all the messages are located. And the last posting was by Judy. Today, Judy, you said, thanks, Sue, for the poem. Okay. Because Sue posted a poem right here. So left side is your list of channels. Right side is the messages within the channel that you have clicked on. And please stop me at any point with questions. This should take probably till about 8:15, 8:30. Is that okay? And
I may get a call anytime after 8.
Understand? No problem. No problem. Okay. All right. So any questions so far on that?
Well, Al, so the resources is the main channel for para. Is that what you're saying? That's the main channel that we use for communication.
Well, and then there's also para team,
right?
And a para training channel. We're gonna do here in a minute. We're gonna show you how to search for all the para channels. But I think team and resources are the most important channel.
I don't see team on your list there. Why?
Yeah, well, I haven't joined it, so I'll show you how to join it.
Okay. That's why.
This is a training demonstration. I've logged in as a student of Slack.
Okay.
So I can teach you how to do things.
Okay. I didn't mean to out you.
Okay. All right. No problem. Good question. That was a good question. So again, left-hand side is a list of channels that you belong to. And the right-hand side is where the messages are actually displayed, where you can type a new message or you can see the messages that have been already posted. Okay. Now, how do you join the Accelerator's workspace? All of you are in except for Padme. So what I want to talk with you about, basically what I'm going to do, Padme, after this session is I'm going to invite you into Slack. Okay?
Yeah.
And once I'll be sending you an invitation, maybe even at a breakpoint here. So you'll get an email, Padme, where you have to just click join now. Okay?
Gotcha.
And then you're going to put in a password and a username. Write it down.
Yep.
And then you can go, do you have an iPhone or an Android?
I have iPhone.
Okay. Once you create the account, and I will put you into the key channels, okay? Once you create the account, then you just go to the Apple Store, download Slack, and I'll show that to you in a bit. Download Slack and log in with your credentials, your username and your password. Does that make sense?
Yes, after I've joined.
I've got to invite you to
right.
join. Okay, and I will do that. I will do that.
I believe you. I have no.
I just wrote it here. Invite you into Slack.
And I download after joining. So
yes.
we're on this. Got it.
Yes. And at that point, Slack would be on your smartphone. You don't even have to go to the desktop.
Right.
Simple, easy. Okay. Just so you can see how this works, when I do invite you, Padme,
yeah,
it's going to take you to this web address. Let me click on it so you can see it here. All right. I don't know why it didn't. Climate GFL. There we go. You will go to this website. I wish it would come up faster.
I can't even read.
No, there we go. Okay.
There we go. I got it.
So when I send you an invitation, all you have to do is put your email in and create a password, and it will create the account. Okay?
Yeah.
At which point, write down your password so that you can download it on your smartphone.
Okay, so I get those pieces, and yet that's not what's showing up on my phone right now from what you just did. It doesn't give me a space to do my password and my username.
No, because I have not invited you yet.
Okay, different page. Got it.
Yep, no problem. But when I do, it will take you to that page I just showed you.
Okay, and that's where I will create the password and username.
Yes, correct.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Now the rest of you, Shante, Ishta, Joyce, Judy, you all have Slack accounts, correct? Good.
You must. You know what, Al? I would have no idea what my password is, but I don't. But I mean, I seem to be in it, and
so what's happened, Judy, is that it has remembered your password. Okay.
Okay.
But which means that I can show you where you can go to change your password, so that you now have control of it. All right, I'll do that. Remind me to show you how to change your password, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're good because all of you have Slack, and Padme is going to install it on her phone. So I think I don't need to cover this page, because you're going to go to your phone to the Apple Store and download it. And the rest of you have the desktop version. I believe you're using it on your computer, Joyce. Is that correct?
Yes, I had not downloaded it for my phone. My question is, will it all appear the same, whether it's on the phone or
no? It's slightly different on the phone, and I'll show you screenshots of that. Okay. But first of all, if you're happy on the computer, you don't have to download it on your phone.
I used two different computers in this house, in addition to the phone, in addition to an iPad. Yeah.
Well, where do you use Slack the most?
When I used it, I was using it on the iMac, but most of the time I'm on the laptop. No.
All right. Is it installed on your laptop or not?
Yes, it appears to be.
Okay, good. Then really, you don't need to do anything.
Okay.
Unless you want it on your phone, you don't have to. I was just suggesting to Padme it would be easier for her
Yeah.
Simply have it on her phone, not her desktop.
Is there any reason to put it on my phone if I'm?
No, if you're happy,
Yeah.
if you're happy with the way it's working, you don't need to put it on your phone.
I haven't been, of course, with the caveat that I have not been using it. I don't, go to it. And that's
Well, then I'm going to ask you at the end of this session, after I show you what it looks like, if you might think it might be easier for you to have it on the phone.
Okay.
Okay, that will be your decision. Shante Ishta.
Yes, so I have it on my phone and it's showing up just like you had it up on the screen and on the laptop, which had given me some trouble, and I troubleshot, fixed it. And now when I click on Slack, it has a completely different configuration and I don't seem to be connected to anybody.
On the desktop.
It just shows me on the desk, on the laptop.
Okay. What I think I might suggest is after we're done with this session, if you can hang on, I can look at your screen.
Okay.
And see how we can fix that for you. So remind me at the end, after I stop recording, have you share your screen.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I think we can move on. Okay. I think, we're going to talk about installing it on the phone. If you do want to install it on another desktop, it's this link, slack.com downloads. You just click on that and it takes you to the website where you can download the software for your computer, not your phone, your computer. There, right there. See? Download. So I've given you the link to download Slack onto your computer if you want to install it on another machine. Okay? Make sense?
Yep.
One more question.
Yes.
Will it come up the same on both my laptop and the desk on the iMac?
No, it's different it's slightly different, and I'll show you screenshots, Joyce.
Okay.
It's slightly different looking on the phone and a iPad versus the desktop. Slightly different.
And versus the laptop.
Yes. Computer versus a handheld device
Oh, no.
or a tablet is slightly different. Okay. All right. So here's the main question. We're in topic number 3 right now. This is, remember I said that channels are groups of messages. Okay. So really, I'm going to take you through kind of what is called a decision tree here. When do you use what type of channel? Okay. We have 3 different kinds: shared channels, private channels, and direct messages. So kind of remember those terms. Shared channels, they're also called public channels. Private channels, where only people invited can see the messages. And the third type is direct messages, one-to-one or one-to-many. So I might direct message you, Joyce, or I might direct message you, Judy, or I might send a direct message to Padme and Shante Ishta for 3 of us. Okay, so again, public shared channels, private channels, and direct messages are the terms I'd like you to kind of keep in mind. And I'm sending you a copy of this PowerPoint. I'll be uploading that. I'll be emailing you all a PDF copy of these slides. Okay, so you can take notes or you can just watch, whatever you feel most comfortable doing. All right, so if you're thinking about where to post a message, the first question you ask yourself, is this for one person or a group of people? Check. If it's one person that you're trying to reach, you use what's called a direct message. More to come on that in just a bit. Use a direct message. If you're trying to reach a group of people, Then you ask yourself this question. Okay, is this a casual message to a group of people, something that is only needed one time right now? If it's the answer to that is yes, then you're going to invite more than one person into your direct message. If it's not casual, meaning, for example, if you're trying to post an invitation to a Seeds of Hope meeting in a channel, that's not casual. That's a formal invitation. In which case, you're going to be posting it into a group. Is this group going to be around for a while? Yes, it is. You know, Para Resources, Para Team have been around for 4 years. So in that case, you're going to use a channel. You're going to put this message into a channel. Then you ask yourself the next question, is it a private group of people? And in the case of Seeds of Hope, it's not private. It's in a public channel so that anybody can register for Seeds of Hope session, right? So you would go to, is it a private group? No, use it a public channel. Post your message in a public channel. If it's private, okay, oops, let me go back here. If it's a private group and you're sure, then you use a private channel. So I know this is a lot of decision making, but it helps you to determine, is it a direct message? Is it a public channel? Is it a private channel? Okay. And I'll tell you how you tell the difference here very shortly. Questions on this decision tree about where to post your messages? Any questions?
Casual is it's an unusual use of that word. So I'm not sure
So what casual means
temporary.
It does not need to last for a long time.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
As opposed to a posting that should be hanging around in a channel for quite a while, like an invitation 2 months ahead to a Seeds of Hope.
Okay.
Is not casual. Okay, other questions? All right, now, when you're in Slack, whether it's in the phone version or the desktop version, there may come a moment where you hear about a channel and you say, oh, wow, I want to be in that channel. I want to join it. Okay, so how we join channels. Now I'm going to demonstrate it, how you join a channel. I'm going to go back to my Slack training here. Okay. And I'm going to go to the left side. It's a little bit different on the phone, Padme, so we'll have to, it's slightly different interface on the phone. So we will talk about that. But basically, I'm going to where it says channels. Right here, channels. I'm hitting the plus sign. And I'm browsing channels. Again, I'm going to the word channels, hitting the plus sign, selecting browse channels. Now, I need to search for that channel by name. So if I type Para, all the available channels that start with Pachamama Alliance Rochester area, search. Boom, there they are. Okay. Now maybe, first of all, I'm already in Para Resources, but maybe I want to join, let's see, Para Indigenous Resources. Okay. I don't have Para Team because guess what? Para Team is a private channel, Joyce. So unless I'm invited into the private channel, I can't join it unless I'm invited. But notice Para Indigenous Resources has a pound sign next to it, meaning it's a public channel. If it's private, it's got a little lock symbol next to it. Little lock symbol. So let's say I want to join para-indigenous resources. I simply click on this channel and then I click join channel. And now it's on my list. Notice it showed up on my list on the left-hand side. Okay, let me show that process again. To join a channel, it must be a public channel. Go to the channel, word, hit plus, browse. And maybe you want to join a CCL channel that you heard about. Citizens Climate Lobby, click search. And all the public CCL channels will show up.
So we click on, I think I blinked when you showed us how to join.
Yep.
So you click on the one you want to do and then go ahead.
Yes.
We'll click on.
Exactly. Now I could actually, pardon me, I could actually just click join right here.
Where?
If I click the channel, at the bottom, it asks me if I want to join.
Oh, the little green arrow?
The little green button at the bottom, join channel.
I don't see that on my phone. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's probably kind of off.
No, it's my phone. It's just it's okay. I think the reason this thing isn't downloading is because I'm using Zoom on my phone right next to my laptop.
Could very well be, right.
Yeah.
So here there's a green button that says join channel, either case.
Okay.
I click join channel.
Okay.
Now it shows up on my list. CCL's reading room shows up on my list. Any questions on how to join a channel? Okay. So I've recapped the steps here. Remember, I told you to go to the word channels, hit the plus sign, browse channels, start typing the beginning letters of the channels that you want to look at. Then click search. Then if you click on the channel itself, here you should be able to see that green join button now. Padme, do you see them?
Nope.
Okay. All right. But there's a
it's okay. I'm writing it down. It's okay. I understand what you're saying.
I'm going to send you, all of you, this set of slides so you can practice this on your own. And you can watch the video. You can watch the video and practice. Watch the video and practice.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, section 5 of 13 total sections. Here we go. Now, at some point, you may decide, oh, wow, I joined this channel or I'm in this channel. I don't need it anymore. So good housekeeping says, I want to know how I leave a channel so I don't get messages and notifications anymore. So let's take a look at that. Leaving a channel is pretty easy. I'll tell you how it's done, then I'll show you how it's done a couple of times so that it feels comfortable. You need to click on the channel that you want to leave on the left-hand side. Then you go up to the word for the channel, the name of the channel, click on that. And at the very bottom is in red letters is the word leave channel. Click on that and you're done. You're out. Piece of cake. Take a peek. Take a look at this. So let's say, for example, I just joined CCL's reading room. And I decide, the articles in here are not what I want to see. Okay, so I make sure I go to the CCL reading room. I go up to the actual name of that channel, hit the down arrow. And right here in red, how could this be any easier? I click leave channel. Gone. I'm no longer receiving messages or notifications from that channel. Piece of cake. Okay, I'll show it to you one more time. So para-indigenous resources. I joined that channel a bit ago. I decide, well, that's really not what I thought it was. I think I will leave it. I click on it. I go up to the top, click on the down arrow next to the channel name, and click leave channel. Boom, it's gone. That's simple. Piece of cake. Any questions?
Yeah, when I'm clicking on para resources on the left.
Yep.
All it does is it puts on the same last resource I used on the right.
Right. The last message is you. You said, thanks, Sue, for the poem.
Right. Okay.
Now, if you go up to the top left in the white space, Judy, para resources.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
Hit the down arrow.
Okay.
Now, don't leave it. Don't leave it right now. But that's how you would leave it, the channel.
Now it says notifications. Had someone's. Oh, I see it now. I was checking on the left hand instead of the top of it. Right. Okay. So
it's the channel name in the white space.
Yes, right. Okay, I got it.
Good. Excellent. Good. Other questions?
Yeah, Al.
Yes.
The indication of which ones I am a member of.
Yes.
How is that? How is that?
It's over in the left-hand side in the purple space.
I mean, that everything listed I'm a member of. Is that it? If I weren't a member, it wouldn't be listed?
That is correct. If you had not joined that channel, it would not be there. So remember, Joyce, if you want to see what you're missing, you go to channels, hit the plus sign.
Okay.
Browse channels.
Okay.
And then you start typing like para. And you click search channels for para.
Okay.
And then you can join any of those that are public. They have a pound sign next to them.
Okay, great.
Remember, private channels require that you are invited.
Yeah.
You can't join them on your own. You must be invited. Okay. So that's how you leave a channel. Very simple. Now, the most important part of the class, and I left this for after break, so you'd be really sharp. How do you get, and more importantly, how do you control notifications of your messages? Okay, so each of you must do this at some point after this class. You must come in here. You go in the purple area or black area on the left-hand side, you go up to where it says Climate Solutions Accelerator, hit the down arrow, and choose Preferences. So that's the first step. I'll demonstrate this in a minute.
So we're clicking, we're clicking Climate Solutions Accelerator when it's not para? Okay.
Well, you hit the down arrow at the top. You see where it is there, Padme, or not?
Not at this moment, no.
Okay, I'm so sorry that you can't see the screen. But basically, the rest of you, if you're looking, let me make it smaller. I'm going to actually make this smaller, so you might be able to see it
now. Okay.
Now, can you see it at this point, Padme?
Yes, I can.
All right, there's the down arrow next to Climate Solutions Accelerator. Then you scroll down to Preferences. Preferences.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Now, once you have that chosen, let me go back to my PowerPoint. I'm going to talk you through the choices. On the very top choice is notifications. That's the single most important thing you can control, notifications. I want to talk you through all of the choices that you can make. And then you need to go back and make those choices. Okay? So let's talk through them. Now, Notifications comes up by default. The first choice is notify me about what messages. The first choice is all new messages. Don't do that. Do not do that. That's too much. Okay. I do not recommend that you are notified about all messages in all of your channels. That's just way too much. Instead, this is like Goldilocks, right? The sweet spot. Nothing is too little. All is too much. The sweet spot is direct messages to you where somebody said, at Al Hibner, I want to get your attention, Al. And a direct message. I want to have that. I want to have a notification about that message where I'm mentioned or I'm in a direct message. Okay. That's the sweet spot. That's the default choice. I recommend you leave that at that particular choice. Okay.
May I ask a question?
Sure. Oh, anytime.
So notifications, do they come with a beep or something, or you pick that out also, how you want to be notified?
If it's on a phone, you get a red bubble on the app on your phone, Padme, with a number in it of how many notifications you've gotten, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it might be. Basically, you will see a red bubble on your phone.
Okay.
And you'll know that you have a notification that you should be aware of, like an important message from Sue Starpoli.
Gotcha.
Okay. On the desktop's a little different. On the desktop computers, you can get a musical note played, or you can get an audio notification if you want to. Your choice.
Where would you indicate that?
We're getting to that. It's a little farther down.
Okay.
Now, these are on by default, and I'm going to tell you, probably don't need this. I don't think any of you are going to use this feature called a huddle, which is like a little video call within a channel. Somebody wants to have a video message. They call it a huddle. I don't think you need that. I don't think anybody in our groups here are going to use huddles. Notify me about replies to threads that I'm following. Yeah, you could leave that on. In other words, if somebody is in a really deep conversation on a message, you might want to get notified about all, and you're on that message, you might want to get notified about all the replies to that message. I would turn this one off because we don't even have Slack Connect. Turn that off. Keywords, I'm doubting very much that any of you are going to use keywords, although let me explain what keywords are. If you put a specific word in here, okay, so let me actually type in a term, anti-Semitism. Is that all one word, Joyce?
No, it is more often now one word. It didn't used to be.
Okay, so if I were to put it in this way, any message in any of my channels that had that word in it would notify me.
Sorry, I'm like, what? Yes.
But my channels, not all channels throughout all of Slack, just my channels. So right. If this is a topic that I care deeply about, and I want to make sure I'm notified about anyone who uses that word in a message, if you type that in here, that's a keyword and you will be notified. Okay, how's that sound?
Good.
So if I do comma and then I put the next word, whatever that might be, I can have multiple keywords that I'm tracking that I want to be notified about. This is an optional feature. It is not required at all. Okay, now remember what we said about control. If you want to be notified every day, weekdays, or some custom number of days, you can choose that here. In other words, if I want to be notified every day, starting at, say, 9 o'clock, and I don't want to be notified past 6 p.m., I can control the hours when I get notified. So I would recommend you think about that when you want to receive notifications. Bubbles, red bubbles, emails, all of the above. Then what is your default time for reminders? Reminders, we'll talk about in a minute. If I find a message and I can't deal with that message, you know, for example, at the registration for Seeds of Hope meeting, and it's 6 o'clock at night, and I want to sign up for it, but I can't do it right now. I have to go to dinner. I can set a reminder to remind me about this message tomorrow morning. Then I can sign up for it. How's that sound?
Good.
It's like a little personal assistant that wakes you up and says, remember, you were going to register for Dave's class. You set the time that you want to receive reminders, which typically would be in the morning. Usually I set reminders to remind me for stuff tomorrow morning. Okay, now, if you're using the desktop version, the computer version, your notifications will appear in a little window on the bottom of your computer or wherever you tell it to be placed. So we'll talk about that right now. So if you want a preview, like the first sentence of a message to show up in that window, then you check this on. This is for computer only, not for smartphone, only for computer.
Do you know if it's okay for the laptop?
Yeah, it's for the laptop. It would be for the laptop. Now,
Okay.
you can set a tone. You know, if you're glued to your laptop or your computer all day and you want to be notified about really critical, important messages, you can set it to provide a tone, like a knock brush or a drop or a boing or whatever. If you hate sounds, hate them, then you can click mute all sounds. I don't want any sounds. Okay? Check that on. You're in control. But if you do want sounds, then you set the notification sounds accordingly for these 4 drop-down boxes. And this can be pretty pervasive. I mean, you could be receiving a direct message while you're in a conversation with somebody else in Slack, and then it could send you an audio sound. In this case, the default is none. But I think you'll get that. If you want to turn them off, turn off all sounds. If you want to control and manage sounds, this is mostly for the desktop computer version of Slack. Okay. Flash a window when the notification is not over my dead body. I'm not doing that. Okay. I don't want the screen to flash. You know, that's too invasive. All right. Now, how do you want notifications to come in? I strongly recommend that you use Slack's built-in. This is for computer only, not for mobile phone, Padme, okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yep. So I would recommend that you use Slack's built-in notifications for your laptops and computers, as opposed to Windows Action Center. Don't choose that. You will not be happy. I prefer Slack's little notification preview. Much, much cleaner, much nicer. Where is that preview? On a laptop. Where is it located? Bottom right is the default, although you can change that to top right, top left, bottom left. And if you have 2 computer displays, you can direct it to your primary or your second display. A lot of choices here. I get there's a lot of choices here, but you only need to set these things one time, folks. So same display as the app. Wherever Slack is running, that's where I get the notification. Now, here's two of the most important notification choices. First one's for you on mobile phone. Send notifications to my phone, smartphone, after I've been inactive on Slack for how many minutes? Okay, the longest period of time is 30. Now, Bobby, if you're not using the desktop version, then you're always going to get notifications on your phone. Make sense?
Okay. Yes, so what do I do with this part then?
You would just, I would say set it to 30. It doesn't even matter because you're going to get them anyway.
Okay.
All right. So, but for those of you who are using the computer version and also may decide you want the phone version, which is me, I have both. The way it's set right here, I will not start receiving phone notifications until I've been off my desktop for 30 minutes. Okay. Questions on that one? That's important. When I'm not active on the computer laptop version, how quickly do I get phone notifications? And many of you were receiving emails from Mail Clark. Do you remember Mail Clark?
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons you're here tonight is because Mail Clark abandoned us. You know how hard I worked to find that solution 3 years ago, 2 years ago? It broke my heart when they decided to give up Slack. Because for you, Padme, I think it was perfect, right?
Yeah, it worked great.
Yeah, so it broke my heart.
I'm sorry. It was nice to have it while it happened, though. And you know what I'm hoping is that Sue won't have to keep, because it was always a repeat email. Because soon when we were using that application, I'd have 2 emails.
So, for everybody here, here's the single most important checkbox of all of tonight. To replace Mail Clark, there's only one thing I've got for you. And that's right here. Send me email notifications for mentions and direct messages. In other words, if somebody says @channel, which Sue does, if she puts @channel in her message, you will get an email. If she puts in @Joyce Herman in a message, Joyce, you will get an email. Okay? Now, how often do you want to get
it? I have not been getting them.
Do you have it on?
Probably not.
It's not on by default. Any money, it's been off, Joyce.
Okay.
You need to turn it on.
Okay, go.
That's one of the most important things we're going to go over tonight. Okay. Now, here's the key. How often do you want to get these emails? Every 15 minutes or once an hour? I would say default is once an hour. I'm going to leave it at once an hour. Now, let me show you what these messages look like in email. Here we go. They look like, let me find it here. If I can find it. There we go, right there. This is an actual email I got on January 26th. So Slack sent me an email. You have 2 new direct messages and a mention. How nice of you to tell me about that in email. And it's telling me where they're coming from and even put the picture of the person that sent it. Isn't that sweet? Okay. So there's the message. Here's the second message. I'm actually getting the text of the message. Now, I can I can't reply here like Mail Clark did, Padme. I'm sorry. But if I go into Slack, I can reply in Slack. That's the best I can do. This is as Mail Clarky as it gets. This is the best I got, folks. Take my shot here. You'll get an email and you got to go into Slack to reply.
Okay.
That's as good as I can do for you. Okay.
Well, it's important to know, if I decide not to make a phone call.
Exactly. So at least you will get an email for critical messages. So if Sue does, see, for example, this one came through because this was a direct message. We were congratulating each other on our trips coming up. She's on a trip now or coming up soon, and I'm going in April. But that's a direct message. So I got an email notification.
Right.
From Sue. That's good. And I can go in and open that in Slack and respond to her. Okay, so this is off by default. If you do nothing else tonight, after this, if you do no other homework, and of course you're going to do your homework, but if you do no other homework, do this one. Send me email notifications. Turn that on, please. Assuming you have a Slack account.
Al, quick question, Al.
Oh, by all means, please.
Yeah. So I'm on my iPhone right now because the app on my desktop or laptop is not working properly. So under preferences, I don't have a notifications.
Yeah. Okay. So
file.
You know what's really stinks is how different each is, the desktop and the. So what I'm going to do is I'm going into my iPhone right now. Shanta Ishta.
Yeah.
I'm going to
apps and integrations.
Okay. So if you're looking at the app, and I've got screenshots of these coming up a little bit later, but on the bottom right, there's something that says you.
Yeah, I've got preferences open right now.
No, go to you and then go down to notifications, not preferences.
Okay, hang on a second. Well, here we go. Okay, they put it in someplace completely different. Okay.
See, that's the problem with software. It just kills me. It kills me. And I think the one you're concerned about is notify me on mobile after 30 minutes, right?
Well, I was really hoping to get the email notification when I get, because I don't look into Slack.
I think you may have to go into the desktop version to set that.
Okay.
So
I'll wait till afterwards.
You're gonna have me hang on so I can look at yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Al, it's Judy. Can you tell me how I'm going to get to notifications?
Sure. Are you on the desktop version? Are you on a computer?
I'm actually on my iPad.
Okay, so iPad, all bets are off. I don't know the iPad. No, I kid you not. I don't know it.
Okay.
I don't have it. I can't see it. I don't know it.
Oh, okay. So where did you get to it on?
Well,
I see. I see where it says it there. Okay.
Went up to Climate Solutions Accelerator, down to Preferences.
Okay.
Notifications.
Right. Okay. I can follow up, but I'm looking at you on my desktop, so that's why.
Yeah, you're looking at my screen.
Yeah. Right. Okay. That's all right.
So any questions on the replacement for Mail Clark? That's it. That's as good as I've got. I have nothing
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
So if the phone rings, excuse me, everyone, if the phone rings, which it might not, but if it does, I got to answer it. So I'll miss some stuff, but I think I have enough now to go on in case I lose track and can't come back.
I'm also going to publish the video, and it's a YouTube video, And each of the 13 points will be a different chapter. So you can click on each different point and learn that one.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get the call, but I just wanted to
totally
let everyone know.
understand. Absolutely understand. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know.
Al, I had not brought up the app. I'm on the laptop. Previously, I was doing Slack, in the past several years ago, I was doing it on my desktop.
Yes.
But so I thought, when I heard Judy was doing this, I thought, well, why don't I bring it up and see if I can do something now while we're on? And I had found Slack listed in the applications on the desktop on the laptop before we started. I said, oh, it's there. I didn't think it was there because I didn't remember using it. So now when I clicked on apps on my, just down on the the board there.
Yep.
And I filled in Slack, it says no results.
So Joyce, how about we have a private one-on-one sometime tomorrow or next day or whatever works best for you.
Okay, great.
We will set up a Zoom to go on to your computer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, I'll do a one-on-one with you.
I was surprised because it said it was there. I thought it said it was on the list, but then it's saying no results. So.
Okay, so I've completed the part about getting email notifications, probably the single most important thing you learned tonight. Right. Couple more things. And I showed you what a message looks like from email from Slack. This is what they look like. It tells you have a new direct message or a new @mention or whatever that it actually gives you the message. And it lets you open Slack to go right in and reply to it. That's as good as I can do it. Okay, now, topic 7. Yes, we will complete 13 topics. That was the hardest one right there, by all means. So some channels you don't want to get many notifications, or any. Other channels you want to get them all. How do you do that? Well, that's topic 7. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how it works. You go into the channel, you open the channel that you want to change from your default notifications. You click on the name, the down arrow on the name in the white space, and you go to get notifications, down arrow, and then you change it. Let me demonstrate this. Here's an example. So I belong to the All Town Square channel. All of you do. Everybody by default is in All Town Square. Well, maybe I never want to get notifications, ever, ever, ever from that channel. I'll go look at it, but only when I care to. So I go to All Town Square in the white space, hit the down arrow, select notifications, and turn them off. Boom. Now, I will never get notifications from that channel. Conversely, maybe the para channels are so important, para resources. I want notifications on every message. So I click on para resources. In the white space on the top left, hit the down arrow. Hit the down arrow next to get notifications and choose all messages. Remember, our default for all other channels was just mentions. But para resources is so important to me that I want to be notified for everything, every message. Is this making sense?
Mm-hmm.
You're managing channel by channel. You only have to do this one time, folks. channel by channel by channel, you are controlling your notifications for each channel if you decide you want to do that.
So which is the main channel that Sue sends messages to everybody?
Parateam, and I'm not part of that. Somebody would have to invite me. I think it's Parateam. Am I right? Yes, Parateam. That's a private channel, Padme. You're in it. And you could go up to Parateam, hit the down arrow next to the name. You could go to get notifications and you could change it to all.
When it says mentions, Al,
Yes.
There's no way to select mentioning different topics or anything. Is it your?
No, at
you?
mentions, it means one thing. At channel, at Joyce Herman.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
it means a specific
Me.
mention of me.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Okay.
So I have a question then, because you're saying I'm already in the para team up on Slack.
Yes.
So will it have a number sign before it for me, or is it going to have the lock?
It's going to have the lock.
How do I get past that lock?
Well, you're in it. You're already a member. You don't need to be worried about it. You're already in it.
Okay, so it's going to open up for me when I click the down arrow. Okay.
Here, the thing is, Padme, if I didn't have that in my list, I can't find it or join it unless Sue invites me.
Okay, I understand. I hear you about that too. It's just a lot of little pieces coming together here.
Yep, exactly. So if the channel name shows on the left, you're in it. You're a member.
Okay, well, I don't have it yet, so I don't know what's in.
Well, when you can see the list, then
yeah.
If you see the channel name and it has a lock, it means you're a part of the private channel.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, good question. Excellent. Okay. Now, if you decide to type in a message into any channel and you want to make sure people see your message, meaning they get an email notification or they get a notification, right? If it's such an important message that everybody in the channel should get it, let's learn how to do that. Okay, that's pretty simple. Okay, I'll demonstrate. If I'm in para training, okay, I'm Al Hibner. I'm in para training. I'm going to post the video from tonight into para training, right? I should.
Are you? Oh, are you?
Right. So here's how I would type the message: at channel. Notice how the words at channel are in yellow. Hopefully, let me see if I can get that to where you can see that, Padme.
Yeah, I can't see what
down here where I'm typing at channel.
Nope, I'm not.
Posted.
I'm not seeing it, sweetie. I'm sorry.
All right, let me move it up. Let me move it up so you can see it. Do you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Notice I have the words at channel. It's turned yellow. This will notify every single person in this training channel, all 32 of you in Pachamama Alliance. I have posted a YouTube video of training for you to watch. Now, I'm not gonna post this message because guess what? I haven't done that yet, so I lie. Okay. But do you see how that works at channel?
Yes.
That message will go to you in email if you're off your desktop and you don't see it when I post it. 30 minutes later, you'll have it in your email.
Okay, so that's how, if we're on any of the channels and we're sending a message in the message space, we begin, if we want everyone to get it, with that channel.
Right. And if you don't want everyone to get it, watch this. At Padme. Oh, you're not in here yet. Okay, so when you are, it would be at Podman. And then it would just go to you. So I'll do it to Joyce, at Joyce. There, Joyce Herman. Now, that's also highlighted in blue, not in yellow. So now this direct message to you, Joyce, will send you an email notification if you have that checked on. Make sense?
So that's the way we send a direct message to one person.
One person. Now, I can do more than one person. I can do at Joyce, at there we go. Okay, so I think it's Nancy. I think, yeah, you have your name as Nancy in here. Notice what I'm doing here, Padme, as I'm sending it to direct message to two people.
With commas, right.
Yep. So it can be as many as you want or all. At channel is all. Now, let me delete this because I don't want to send it. Because it's not true. I don't have YouTube yet. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
To me, it is.
How you mentioned the person or more than one person, or you mention at channel. Boom. Beautiful. That works. Okay, we're chunking along pretty good here. How do I remember messages and actions I want to take in Slack? Couple things you can do. And the most important one here is a reminder. So I'm going to show you how to do a reminder first. All right. If I'm in a channel, I'm in para-training. And, you know, new video, how to add new Slack. If I wanted to watch that video, oh, Al just posted a link to a video. I want to watch it, but I can't watch it until tomorrow. Here's what you do. You kind of highlight that message. You go to these little icons up here. You hit the three dots, and I'll make it small so you can see. Yeah, here's the message. It's a video that Al just posted on how to add a Slack user. You go to the three dots. You choose remind me about this message. And I'm going to say tomorrow. Or 3 hours or 20 minutes or some custom period of time. You pick the time period. So I'll say tomorrow. Now, what just happened is that Slack will send you a notification at 9 o'clock in the morning to watch Al's video. Thank you very much. Okay. How's that sound? That's kind of cool because you can't do that in email.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do it in Slack. All right. And just so you know where that actually ends up, there is a user called Slackbot. And at the very bottom here in tomorrow morning, Slackbot will pop up with a message reminder to go watch that video. It will also send it to me in email as well. Okay, questions on that? That's a cool feature. I use that all the time. Reminders. Again, you find a message that you really care about. Let me go to the test channel. Find a message. Here's a link I want to check later. Go to the three dots. Remind me about this. And then you pick the time period. Simple as that. Could not be easier.
So when you clicked on Slackbot, there were a bunch of messages. What Slack? I understand you use it to send a reminder to yourself.
Yep.
What was on Slackbot? Then do you have to remember to what?
No.
What were all those messages from Jerry Menard and stuff?
No. Slackbot will show up with a red circle and a message in it, and you can just click on Slack. Slackbot is a little friendly assistant, like an AI assistant.
Okay.
So everything that's in there right now is old and expired, Joyce. unless
you did send for that you had put in there for yourself.
yes.
Okay.
Well,
That's
when you set a reminder, Slackbot is what's doing the reminding.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's only what you sent to yourself.
Yeah. So you really don't post messages in Slackbot. Slackbot posts messages to remind you of stuff.
Yeah.
So quick question. So if all the old Slackbot messages are obsolete, can we delete them?
Yeah, but it'd be a waste of time.
Why?
It'd be a waste of time doing that because there's too many of them.
Is that the same case with all the other channels that have like a whole bunch?
Yeah, it's a waste of time deleting it unless you want to edit or delete it yourself. If you wrote it and you don't want it in there or you want to change it, you can edit or delete it yourself only if you wrote it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Now. And I think I may, yeah, okay. So if there's a message, I'm in the test channel, and this link is so important, I want to give it to everybody. I don't want to just remind myself. I want to make sure everybody gets it. If I go to those three dots, I can actually pin this to the channel.
Where are the three dots?
Okay, let me make it smaller, show you the three dots. So here's the link that everybody needs to see. I go to the three dots.
I still don't see them.
Okay, let me
on my
go
phone.
over here.
Sorry.
Right there. Can you see it right there? More actions.
Well, I see that you're going to the top right corner of the message itself, right?
Yep.
That you've highlighted. Okay. Yeah, I can figure that.
I bring it.
Yeah.
Which way should I bring it so you can see it?
I'm dyslexic. Don't worry about it.
No problem.
I'm just going to write that it should be in the top right corner of the message.
There's 5 little icons there. One of them is 3 dots, an ellipsis turned upside down, turned right side up.
Actually, on an iPhone, it doesn't show up that way because I'm doing it.
I know, I can't.
Oh, how does it show up?
It doesn't give you the 3 dots. It automatically opens a window that has all your options for sharing or copying or pinning and so forth. So just highlight it, the message.
Yeah, I may need to do a one-on-one session with you, Podme, on the phone for questions or whatever, depending upon how that goes.
Yeah, that's okay with me. Let's keep going then now.
Yeah, it's pretty intuitive.
All right, making progress.
Thank you, Shantisha.
Number 10.
I'll check it out once I have the app.
Yeah.
Quick question now. What is test channel? I can't remember. Should I know what that is?
No, test channel is my channel for doing student teaching.
Oh, okay.
Training.
Okay.
It's my training channel.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Number 10, real quick, searching. In fact, I think I may even just show this and not talk a lot about it. Searching allows you to search anything in a channel. I'll just demonstrate it really quickly so we have it on the video. If I go into a channel and I'm trying to find something, let me get into Slack here. Where is Slack? Here we go. All right. So if I'm in the para training channel or the para resource channel, if I go way up to the top, and you're not going to see this, Padme, I don't think you're going to be able to see it. It's way, way up at the top in the purple area. It says Search Climate Solutions Accelerator. If I type, maybe I want to search for Sue Starpoli, any message she ever posted. I click on Sue Starpoli and search. And I kid you not, all the results for Sue will show up. And then I can start to narrow down. I just want Sue. I just want her results in the resources channel. Notice what's happening. It's beginning to narrow down the choices. And I only want them in the last month, last 30 days. Look at that. I now have all of Sue's messages in the Para Resources channel in the last 30 days. That's cool. Remember what I said about searchable log of all common knowledge? So I typed in Sue Starpoli. I narrowed it down to the channel I wanted to search and the time period in the last day, yesterday, in the last 7 days. One message. There was one message from Sue in the last 7 days in Para Resources. Cool. Search allows you to find what you need to find in a channel where it's all disappeared above you. Okay. So I would encourage you to try that on your own at some point. Thank you. Okay. Immensely powerful. Uploading files in Slack is pretty simple. If you want to add a file to a message, all you do is go to the channel that you want to upload the file in. So I'll go to the Slack test channel. In the message down below, you hit the plus sign and upload from your computer, and then you can pick a file on your desktop or wherever you want.
Where's the plus sign?
Okay, let me make it smaller again so you can see it. So here I am. I'm in the test channel.
Oh, at the top?
Well, you should see the channel here, and I'm in the message box right here, and there's the plus sign right there. Do you see that?
Nope.
Okay, sorry. I don't know where to put this to show it to you.
Yeah, I know.
You see it
Oh,
there?
Is that it? There's where the X is now. Okay.
Sign and then upload from your computer. Do you see that?
Yes.
Excellent. And then you can pick the file that you want to upload from your computer. Okay, good. We're going to end up by 8:30. Perfect. All right. So this is topic number 12. Other resources. If you click on https://slack.com help, takes you to the Slack help website. And you can research topics on your own under using Slack, getting started. Let's go to using Slack. And then you can read more about any topic that you want to refresh on in Slack. So for example, how to join a channel. There it is, right there, join a channel. Click on that. And it should give me the steps to join a channel. Okay. There it is, join a channel, right there. Gives you the steps. Pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can get online help, but better yet, you can get video help. Videos. And I'll show you how you get the videos. This is really cool. In any channel, you go to help. There's a little question mark, help. Then you go to Slack tutorials, Slack video tutorials, and you watch the videos. Take a peek. I'm going to go to a channel. I'm in Para Resources. Doesn't matter what channel you're in. Just hit the question mark for help. Let me make it bigger. Go scroll down to find Slack tutorials. Then go to how-to videos, Slack video tutorials. And at this point, there's a whole bunch of videos that you can watch. Very easy. Question mark, Slack tutorials, Slack video tutorials. boom, watch your videos. So we have online help and we have video help. Questions? And of course, you can always watch my video because it's really better than Slack's video. So this recaps it. Question mark, Slack tutorials, Slack video tutorials under how-tos, and then scroll down and watch the ones you want to watch. Strongly recommend it. Finally, folks, why should you use a smartphone? If you don't want to have Slack on any of your computers, you just want to read messages that are important to you at mentions, at channel, at Judy, at Joyce, whatever it might be. Right. Install the Slack app right here in the App Store. And here's what it looks like on my phone. See how I have the Slack logo at the bottom? Yeah. I don't know if you can see that or not, Padme.
No, it's okay. I'll notice something new. It's all right.
Well, what it's showing is the Slack logo icon with a red circle and the 1 in it, meaning I have one message. Now, here it is. When I touch Slack on my phone, right. Here's the message, coordinating team from CCL.
Okay, cool.
Now, all I do is press that with my finger and I can read the message. How could that be any easier? Okay.
Well, it sounds very easy.
That's the home screen. And then if you continue to the right, look at direct messages, all the direct messages you got show up in a stream from newest down to oldest. All the mentions that were made to you, like at channels, Al Hibner, whatever they might be. There's another tab called mentions. And then there's a tab called you, where you can set your notifications and preferences. So for me, for my money, just the fact that Slack is on your iPhone, you see a red bubble, Padme, with a 1 in it.
Yep.
It's at mention me or at channel me. It's an important message from Sue, for example, in Para Team.
Yep.
You click on it or touch it and go in and read the message. Now, if you want to reply, you can reply.
Just have to have to go into Slack to reply, right?
Yeah, and the beauty is if it's on your phone, it's 2 touches away.
Yeah. Okay.
So we would also have been receiving an email if we had set the notifications.
That's correct.
We would also be receiving an email.
Yes, you would, Joyce. Correct. Yes. Right. So I'm heavily recommending those of you who don't want to use computer laptop version to use the iPhone or Android phone version. Okay, so your homework now is and I'm going to send email all of you these slides. Your homework is to try all of this stuff on your own and see, and if you have any questions, to contact me. Do it through a direct message, or we can do a Zoom call, whatever you need. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you for attending this session today. And with any questions before we flip over and Shante Ishta, we share your screen? Any questions at all?
Nope.
So
I get my notes.
I'm going to invite you to Slack after this session.
Okie doke. I'll get to it. Maybe not tonight because it's getting to be bedtime for me. But I will see it and I will go do it, when I can. Soon,
no problem.
Probably.
I'll work with you one-on-one as needed. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to stop the recording here. Any other questions before I share screens with Shante Ishta? Was this helpful?
Mm-hmm.